Hello, everyone. Welcome to THH StarCraft. This is Vast. I'm here with Tillium and Kast, and we are going to be casting a game between Kast as the red Zerg on the right and Fernando as the green Terran on the left. This is part of the THH tournament, and I don't know which round this is, second round, and hopefully it's a good game. Lost Temple is the map once again.
Yep, and Fernando and I are pretty decent friends, and this is actually, I think, the first time we've played together 1v1, so it was an interesting experience.
And you requested this matchup.
Yeah. He's not that good, but neither am I, so I figured it'd be relatively even, and, you know, it turned out it sort of was, but...
So one thing you can point out here is you can see your Overlord coming across, and this is one thing I've done as Zerg in the past is you're checking the base. The second you see his units there, you turn the Overlord around, or you duck him into a corner or something, and you kind of you know where he is, and you can scout him with your drone or whatever, but you don't allude to where you are, because obviously he's going to know where you are right away if your Overlord kind of gets to his base within that short amount of time.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I've never really thought about that.
There was, in addition to that, there was one thing I noticed in one video I watched where the guys were doing that with their Overlords, but they would head for the mineral line, and you can see the glow on the minerals when a miner is mining it before you actually see the miner. So you can just get to the edge of it, and it's pretty hardcore in my opinion.
Yeah, that is. That's crazy.
So it looks like Nando gonna do some scouting here. I thought I saw one of his units. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it looks like he's headed to the gold expansion.
No,
Oh,
this was the one who was being tricky.
oh yes, I didn't even know this was going on. So he's building his barracks at my gold expo. Which
Exactly.
He was upset that you weren't even acknowledging it after the game was over
I did,
because you never knew, and he thought he was being really smart.
yeah, I mean, I don't even remember if I actually felt any pressure from that. So that's I guess that's why I didn't acknowledge it.
So one thing here that I would say with Fernando's kind of bunker wall in here, I'm not sure if he has walled in. Like if you see the two supply depots on the left compared to the two in the middle, there looks to be yeah. So you can tell. Oh, okay, never mind. He's putting that fifth one in, so all good.
Yeah, he has a pretty interesting wall in here. Usually, they don't just do total supply depots, but you know, if it
He
works.
pretty much refuses to use the expensive barracks because he's cheap. They might get broken.
That's true. That is always a possibility.
So it looks like mineral income and work account pretty much the same. Queen is out. You've fast expanded, and Nando is just trying to get that bunker up so he can pull in some Reapers.
Yeah, I felt pretty comfortable expanding. You know, I didn't really just knowing Fernando as a player, I wasn't really worried about any sort of early rush, so I just figured I'd go ahead and get it out. It looks like he's putting up that second barracks right next to his first barracks, which is just finishing up that tech lab.
It's one of the few times I've actually seen him put up two barracks. He usually does one of everything.
What really pains me to watch this now is that I should have actually scouted this, because like I didn't see a barracks anywhere, and I can't believe that it didn't even occur to me that he could be proxying me.
Right. Definitely something new players will want to think about when they are, when they are in game or whatever. Is you don't see the barracks, you know something's up.
Exactly. And he's still, like, he just put up a bunker there, and he pretty much has nothing in his base. And if I go to my camera view, I actually don't really have good view of his base anyway, so I didn't really see. I don't know what the last time I had actual vision in there, but it doesn't seem like I have much.
So you're moving out here. You've got 16 Zerglings, more than enough for a first push for sure. You've even got the faux bunker up there also, just nobody in it.
Right. Yeah, and it looks like he wanted to expand. I saw the highlight, but he didn't do it for some reason. Now he's finally putting up a barracks in his main.
Exactly, yeah.
And he has these two Reapers are just sitting here. I would have I mean, he probably should have tried to do some damage to me at this point.
He's going for the he's going to do a timing push. So he's going for the nitro packs, getting the speed upgrade.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, but like you said, he needs to put that pressure on because, you know, even with the nitro packs they'll be fast, Zerglings on creep are probably going to be faster, and all Zerg players are going to have queens, which are, you know, semi-ranged.
Right.
So you got the blings coming in here. They're getting ready to bust open some doors, and looks like that kind of happens right at the same time as Nando's pushing out there with his 4 Reapers.
Yeah, and I saw this on the mini map. I'm not really sure how I reacted, but I do remember seeing the fact that he was coming in with Reapers.
So he's gonna take out your queen for sure, and a couple of the gas workers there, which is really good. But you can just see how fast, you know, speedlings on creep. Probably they are the fastest land unit in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
So one thing that Nando could have done that he didn't is he could have gone to the right-hand side of your base and jumped up on the cliffs there, and then just shot down. Like, he could have taken out your baneling nest. He could have, you know, hit some of those drones. It would have been, you know, probably pretty effective. And then you're coming in on the you got a baneling bus going in on.
This is where I'm like, wow, I've never used banelings before, so let's try to figure this out. And they just kind of sat there for a few minutes.
Well, nobody wanted to go first.
Yeah.
However, there were no Marines in the bunker, so that was okay. You were granted some slowdown there.
Yeah, it actually worked out that he did not put the Marines in that bunker for me. And I managed to take out almost all of his SCVs, and then he lifts his buildings.
And I imagine this is roughly when he usually starts raging a little bit.
Yeah.